A very happy, very Monday evening to you all. It is your boy Leo, and we're right where we left off yesterday here in Indianapolis. But we'll take one last look at the pre-release version of the Felis 747-200 freighter. It is slated to release tomorrow. It will be sent to the stores tomorrow. If anyone is interested in picking it up, it will cost you 70 bucks, unless of course you own the passenger variant, in which case you will get it for 30 bucks. We'll ride her on down to Houston. A second leg is not out of the realms of possibilities tonight. I will admit though, I am low-key tired. It was a rough day at work this evening. Mondays is always the busy day. So yeah, we're on the FedEx ramp here. We're operating as a Giant 1286 yet again tonight. You may say, well, Leo, you're flying Southern Air cargo. Well, Southern Air was swallowed up back in 2021 by Atlas Air. So that's how that works. And with that said, we do not have any ATC on right now. We'll get ourselves signed into VATSIM here. I got to pull up vPilot, as I forgot to do that. We'll connect on up. We got a PDC or Auto Ortho. Well, not Auto Ortho, Auto ATC PDC. But yeah, we'll be cruising on down to Indy, to Houston at flight level 400, taking a block fuel of 74,551 pounds. And we're looking for somewhere in the neighborhood of 435,000 pounds on a zero fuel weight. We will be flying into the night on this one, guys, to check out some of that night lighting that the Felis offers. So it is late afternoon, late evening. As you can see, the sun's starting to go down out west. That is all the no times I have for you as we get started here. D-Champ's in the house. Big up, big up. Terrence Jones is in the house. Good to see you boys tonight. Check in as you step in. And do make sure you boys drop a thumbs up for the stream. As always, if you're new here and you enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We don't bite over here. All right, with that said, we'll go ahead and jump aboard the aircraft. It is good to see each and every one of you and get everything started here. We will pop aboard and let me select my correct profile for track IR. And we'll see if we can't get some things loaded. All right, so we're gonna start here. Let me see if we can do a fast load. And we're looking for 74,000. We'll do 75,000 since we need 74.5. And let's see, that's CG. Let's go down to our weights here. Takeoff weights 508. All right, 530.4. Let's see, 508. All right, so that's not quite matching up. So we're gonna go We're gonna pull a little bit of this out. 510. All right, cool. So we got our fuel load and we've got our payload here. We'll jump over to the ground tab. We've got chocks connected. We've got GPU connected. We'll just make sure we got engine oil and stuff. And that's all we need to do there. And we'll go ahead and get the aircraft powered up here. Get out. Go back upstairs. Should be going to get ready for bed. All right, let's hop back here. We'll get the music down for right now. And let's get our battery on. And we'll get external power on as well. And we'll get one pack. We'll get these on. I think that was our source to our issue yesterday as far as the engine start. So we'll see what we got. So we're all good there. So standby power normal. Galley power can stay off for right now. And I think that's all we got for back here, at least for right now. So let's set some panel lights. Jump back up front. Set some panel lights up front as well. Jump over here. Set a wee bit of panel lights. We'll come up top here. We'll get nav lights can come on. We'll do logo lights as well. We'll arm the emergency lights here. We'll get the signs on. And we'll get the IRS switches into the nav position. And let's see, anything else we need on the overhead, at least right now, I don't believe that there is. We'll get the window heats through to on. That's fine. We'll come back for the, we'll get the radio master bus on and we'll come back for the stall test. We'll get some control stand lighting as well as center forward panel. All right, looking good, looking good. We'll cancel the master warnings on both sides. And let's jump down into our FMC here. And first, before we do that, I need to download our flight plan so that we can uplink it. Not sure yet, Terrence. We haven't gotten that far, so give me a second to get it put in, and then we'll discuss that. Somebody's hot micing. All right, and then we'll also get this. All right, cool. Got a flight plan. We'll go flight plan here. Route menu. We'll go co-route. We're looking for ND to IAH01. That is us. We'll grab that. Let's see, what else do we? We'll go departure. So it looks like we're departing 23 right. Let me see where we're at. I'm thinking we're gonna want 23 left. Yeah, we're gonna do 23 left since we're on this side. And we'll swap that up in our Navigraph here. And we'll be departing on the Dawn 1 MYS transition. So we got that. We'll change our runway here. 23 left, Dawn 1 MYS transition, execute. We'll go arrivals into Houston. So it's got us forecasted to come in on 26 right, but that's giving us a tailwind. That's a possibility of that changing. But for right now, we'll plan up 26 right. And let's see what transition we'll take. We'll take the Hootie transition, as that is off of the end of our arrival. So we'll say 26 right, Hootie. We're looking at the Zeke 3 arrival, and the transition for that is going to be AEX. We'll enter that. That's all good. We're good to go there. We'll jump over to flight plan, VNAV, transition it at flight level 180 per usual here in the States. We'll jump over to cruise altitude. We're doing flight level 400. We'll pop that in. That's good. And we'll target about 0.83. Will it let me? Let me just say 300 slash 0.8. Here we go. All right. Descent. We're gonna go say 0.78 slash 280. I'm gonna descend about 280. That's fine. I'll go progress on this side, and we'll go legs here. Alright, so I think that's got us all good. We've got our altitudes there. We do have a discontinuity. We got Hootie, and then let's go on Hootie to Chubbs. Where's Chubbs? 26 right. Do I have the wrong runway? I might have the wrong one. No, I got 26 right. So we got
Indy traffic, Delta 674, turning base, runway 23 left, Indy traffic.
We got something going on here. We're looking for Hootie. We got Hootie. It should be Grizzled and Zappo. Not seeing any of these. Hootie, Chubb. Let me reselect that, see if that changes. 26 right. Hootie. I think I know what happened. Zig 3, AEX. Okay, that's what happened. It deselected it, so we got to reselect it. Alright, cool. So now we should have what we need. Yeah, there we go. Hootie, Grizzle, Zappo, Newly, Raids, Chubbs. Oh well. Into the runway. Alright, so I'm happy with that. We are looking good, gentlemen. We are looking good.
Indy traffic, Delta 674, turning final, runway 23.
Alright, METAR here is winds at 140 at 3, 10 statute mile vis, scattered at 15,000, temperatures 7, dew points -6, altimeter is 3008, so we'll get the altimeter set now. 3008 and 3008. That's automatically synced on the FO side. And as far as our departure, let me take a look at this here. We'll climb via SID. Altitude is assigned by ATC. And so we will clear ourselves on up to, let's say 12,000 initial. All right. Let's come over here. Let's get some perf here. Performance calculations. Let me check. What are my weights? 510. All right, 510. Did it give us a CG? Yeah, 25.7.
Indy traffic, south Delta 674,
Flaps
10
10.
mile runway 23 left, Indy traffic.
Indy, we're doing 23 left. That is fine. We'll load the weather. All right, so that gives us a V1 of 129, rotating at 129. V2's 150. We'll set our speed bugs now. 3.5 units of nose up trim. And our optimal climb is going to be 307 knots, so we'll keep that in mind. Other than that, we'll grab the runway heading here, which is going to be 230. So we'll bug 230 now. Alright, and what we had, 150, so we'll bug plus 20. So that's 170 on the V2. I'm okay with that. Go INS on the radio switches. Flight directors can come through the on. Oops, that's the wrong one. Flight directors can come through the on, and other than that, guys, it looks like we're ready to get everything closed up and get up out of here. So we'll come over here, we'll go boom, get you off. We'll jump back up front. Let's just make sure that we have the correct setting to actuate the cargo door. Yep. And what we'll actually do is jump down here and let's see if we can operate this thing from here. Power is on. All right, there we go. Okay, so you just got to hit it once. So we'll get this cargo door shut. Jizz in the house. What's going on, bro? Chris H is in the house. What's going on with you, fella? Hope all is well. Good to see you, boys. Says I gotta fly this baby in the BWI soon. I already did. That was my first test flight before we streamed it. Now I wonder. I guess she's closed. Latch is closed. Yep. Oh, these are different light controls. All right, cool. So all of our latch annunciators are closed. That's good. Nose cargo. Okay. So it definitely lets us know. Oops. Nope, that's not what I want. Now how do I? Is that it? I guess so. Maybe there is no power button. Alright, maybe it's just that one button. Alright, I'm alright with that. Let's jump back up here. So we're all closed up there. We'll go close all of these chingasos here. And that's actually... We'll get some fuel pumps on and we'll get the APU started. So we're good there. Let's see, what was our gross weight? Was it 510, I think it was? Yeah, 510.4. Got 510.4 there. And our fuel was 75,000. 75,000. Alright, so we're reporting correct there. I am okay with that. We'll get you back on. Let me just make sure that that didn't screw up our doors closing. Alright, we're good there.
Delta 674 clear of 23 left going to gate Alpha 5.
Alright, let's jump back up front right quick.
Nice sounding.
And let's go. Mach airspeed warning. Over rotation. Stall warning has all been tested. That is fine. And let's see, anything else that we are forgetting, we will arm the auto takeoff. And body gear steering can go through to arm. Other than that, guys, I do believe we're all good. We'll run through our checklist here and we'll get ready for push. Let's see here. Start lever. Alright. Parking brake is set. Did we get a squat? Yeah, 1471. Let's get that set here. Alright, 1471 is set. Alright, let's run it.
Before start checklist.
Cockpit preparations.
Complete.
Complete. Complete.
Complete. Oxygen mask and quantity.
Checked.
Checked. Checked.
Checked. Flight control power switches.
On.
Body gear steering.
Arm.
INS mode.
Nav.
Emergency lights.
Armed.
Cabin signs.
On.
Stall warning. Checked. Normal. Probe heat. Oh, wait.
Probe heats. They want probe heats on early. Why do they want them things on so early?
On. Window heat. On. Radios and altimeters.
Set.
Set. Set.
Set. Airspeed.
Bug set. Bug set.
Bug set. Engine limits.
Hold on. Set. Set.
Set. Brake pressure.
Wait.
I always have to skip this one.
Number 1 air pump.
We'll grab that.
Parking brakes.
Set.
Start levers.
Cut off.
Cut off.
Gear pins.
Removed.
Galley power.
Off.
Fuel.
75000 pounds. Set for start.
Pressurization.
Auto.
Pack valves.
1 open.
Air pumps.
1 auto.
Start pressure.
0 psi.
Cargo doors.
All closed.
Before start checklist. Complete.
Alright, so we got all greens on that one just about. We're missing one thing that I couldn't figure out. But yeah, that's a change from yesterday. So we'll go up and get our start pressure. We got to do that by getting the APU on so that we can get some duct pressure here. And then we can get off of ground power. So one flick opens the APU door. Once this light goes out, you can start the APU. And we'll come on to the APU. Flight 504, what's up, bro? Says you just joined in, United 504. Roger that, bro. Alright, let's get some of these ground vehicles out the way here. Where is... we get full start on that? Yeah, I guess we did. I guess we did. Alright, bleeds can come through the on. Now we've got 40 pounds, that's fine. And we'll come through here. Get you on. Alright, that's all looking good. And let me set our pressurization here, 40,000, that's where we're going. And what was our altimeter? 3008. Alright, that's about it. That's good. Alright guys, I think we're ready to go. That went a lot better than it did yesterday. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. We'll get these open. Oh no, we shouldn't need the cross feed valves. Those are cross feed. Alright. We're looking good. Let's go ahead and get the tug. We'll get the beacon light on. That is coming on, and let's get our tug. And we need to close up. Let's go ahead and pre-plan our pushback though. And we'll get the L1 door shut.
All right, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
All right, let's get L1 door shut. Get you out of the way, you out of the way. All right, all good there. Let's just do a quick once over. And let me remove these cones. Well, maybe those cones are part of the what's the name? All right, we've got APU power. Yes, we do. We're good there. Let's remove the
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
and we'll disconnect the
Cockpit
chocks.
to ground. Remove the chocks. Ground power disconnected.
We go TARA. I think we gotta wait till we get engines on
Chocks
for that.
removed.
Alright, let's see. We'll push back nose left, tail right. FedEx ramp number 44. And we'll call our, let's see what
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
20.9. Alright guys, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indianapolis traffic, Giant 1286 heavy on the FedEx ramp, stand 44. We'll be pushing back facing east. We'll call our taxi, expecting runway 23 left for departure. Indianapolis. Alright, there they go, lifting us up.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
To make sure our parking brake is in fact.
Parking brake released.
Alright, there we go.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Alright, we'll clear the ramp here before we start them. Yo, spawning. You know it, bro. I am back at it. We're gonna be at it again tomorrow. We've got to finish up with this aircraft, and we got another aircraft we got to show tomorrow.
Indianapolis traffic, United 504 will be taking runway 23 right via Romeo Bravo.
There's flight 504 there. Alright, let's see. I believe we got everything set for real this time. I don't think I'm missing anything. So let's run through it. We got that. Let's run through it and see what we got here.
Starting engine 4.
There we go.
Starter valve open.
So you may notice we did change from the tape to the round dials on this aircraft. Something different from yesterday where we had the tape instruments.
N2 10%.
Fuel on. Light up.
Alright, she's coming up.
Just about
boys.
done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Starter off.
Alright, there's a good start on number 4. And we'll roll on number 3 now.
Starting engine 3.
Starter valve open.
Parking brake released.
N2 is rising. Yo, big up Ashton. What's up with you, bro?
N2 10%.
Let's introduce some fuelage.
Fuel on.
We'll get them disconnecting hand signals on the right.
Light up.
So I noticed something with this livery. So you see we can get outside that window a little bit and it's not loud. Because look, I think this livery is a little messed up. The windows are covered. I don't know if that's
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
I don't know if that's supposed to emulate a plug, a window plug. But it doesn't look like that from the outside. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, yeah, that is a window plug. Okay, makes sense. Never mind. There's only one operational window. We'll see if we can find that. Alright, let's come over. We got good number 3.
Starting engine 2.
Starting engine
Starter
2.
valve
Starter
open.
valve is open. We've got N2 rising.
N2 10%.
Fuel on.
Introduce fuel.
Light up.
She lit, boys.
Starter off.
Alright, starters off and
Starting engine 1.
roll on engine 1.
Starter valve open.
Starter valve is open.
Department runway 23 right.
N2 is rising. And we're going to actually change our speed because I meant to mention something. We'll talk about that here in a second. The
N2
bug for
10%.
250. N2's 10%.
Fuel on.
Introduce fuel. Light up.
Light up.
Should have starter cutout here in a second.
Starter off.
There we go. Anti-skid can come through the arm. Engine start switches. Flight start, which is going to be continuous ignition. That is fine. Other than that, I think we're good on the overhead for right now. Alright, let's jump to the FE side. Is there a flood? Yeah, there we go. We need a little bit of this flood. Close the gens. Boom. Got all of that good. We'll come here. Packs on. Or the other 2 packs on, rather. That is fine. We'll get air pumps through the auto. That is good as well. And everything else is, what did it say? Are we not? Yeah, it kicked my parking brake off. I gotta check my bindings for the parking brakes, because it keeps kicking my parking brake
brake
off.
set.
I don't know if that's a bug or not, but it only does it on this airplane. Alright, so we're all good there. Let's go ahead and bleed air off, and we'll shut the APU down. Alright, all good there. I believe we've got everything on the flight engineer's side. We'll jump down here and we'll set flaps to 10.
Flaps 10.
Auto brake is an RTO, or takeoff in this case. And what do we have here? Anti-skid. Should say arm. All right, let's run our after start checklist.
After start checklist.
Aileron and rudder trim. 0. Electrical.
No lights. Essential normal.
Any traffic.
Hydraulics.
United
Auto and
504,
normal.
clear runway 23 right.
Doors.
direct to
Closed.
Bloomington.
Ground
Final call.
equipment.
Cleared.
After start checklist. Complete.
All right, looking good, guys. Looking good. Next is the before takeoff checklist here. We'll come down, we'll get the turn off lights on. And let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out here at this next left, make a right on Delta. We'll take Delta down to Delta 1. Indianapolis traffic, Giant 1286 Heavy. We'll be taxiing the runway 23 left via taxiway Delta, Delta 1, Indianapolis. Alright, gentlemen. Parking brakes can come through to off.
Parking brake released.
And let me set this in the green band here. Alright, we're all good. Let's go. Alright, body gear steering is armed or on. Alright, clear left and clear right. I think those terminal lights are a little excessive. Does look good at night though. Absolutely looks good at night. All right, so what we did is we bugged for 250. I think part of the problem why we got so fast coming out, I read the manual a little bit. This N1 select here, what that does is it gives you basically the max, like the max thrust, while providing over boost protection. It'll get you fast. So you want to take off in that setting. That's what it's supposed to be in. With this N1 limit mode to TOD, that's your takeoff power. Now, once you get up and at them, you obviously want to switch that knob to climb, and you want to take that off of that N1 because it's gonna keep you at that max continuous thrust. So in this case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna climb out in speed mode initially. Once we get up and get the aircraft accelerated, we're going to climb out in speed mode, and we're targeting that 250 knots there once we engage the auto throttle. So hopefully my theory, or well, not necessarily theory, but my plan works out, and that'll keep us from burning out of here at over 300 knots like we did on departure yesterday.
Before takeoff checklist. Auto brake takeoff. Arm. Nacelle anti-ice.
Off.
Flight and nav instruments.
Oops.
Flight and nav instruments, we're good on that. Let's stop here and complete this here for a second. Let's see. INS.
Line. No flags.
There we go.
Aligned. No flags. Oops.
There it is.
Flaps. Flaps 10. Green light.
I don't know why they wanted me
Flight
on radio.
controls.
Sorry.
All right, we'll call flight controls checked.
Stabilizer trim.
4.3 units. Switch set. Light extinguished.
Galley power. Wait.
We'll grab the galley power here.
On. APU. As required. Fuel. Set for takeoff. Air conditioning and pressurization. Set and auto. Annunciator lights. Checked.
All right, transponders in mode Charlie. Ignition is flight start. Landing lights, we'll get landing lights and strobes on now, as well as wing lights. Body gear steering, we'll disarm that once we line up. And that's going to be our before takeoff checklist. All right, guys, let's make a call, and we're going to line up here. Indianapolis traffic, Giant 1286 Heavy lining up on runway 23 left for departure on the Dawn 1, Indianapolis. All right, guys, Toga's in chat if you got it. Final approach is clear. Body gear steering is disarmed. Alright, looks like we're all good here. Let's see, flight directors. That's good. Make sure those are cycled. INS, we're good there. Heading 235. And let's start the clock. All right, let's get it, boys. What we need is heading 174. Let's do that real quick. All right, let's go.
Stabilized.
Yeah, I had to do it for y'all, boys. We'll get back on the runway, but I had to do that. That was nice.
V1, rotate.
That was nice.
Positive rate, gear up.
All right, there's the gear. Climb and
Gear is
speed.
up.
There we go. Go nav, and then we need to go direct to you. Did just disconnect so we can get the nose down here. Indianapolis traffic, Giant 1286 is clear, runway 23 left, departing to the south on the Dawn 1, final call, Indianapolis. Oh, I forgot. I thought we was dang on, still on autopilot. I'm tripping. I disconnected here for a second. Here, let's drop that nose a little bit. I was trying to get it to vertical speed. That's why I wasn't doing it, because I didn't have the autopilot on. But we're good. We'll come back around to our heading here. Drop the nose a wee bit. We'll get you on. There we go. We'll hold off on the flaps. Coming through 180. Let's go flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Alright, that was a lot better. And let's redo our direct 2 here. Alright, so we should capture that.
Flaps 1. Flaps up.
Alright, flaps up. There's our 250. We didn't bust any speeds this time.
After takeoff checklist.
Ignition. Flight start. Cabin signs, as required. Landing lights. Wait.
We need to do this checklist at 10,000. This is a higher one. So we'll pause that. We'll reset it. We'll run it once we pass 10,000 here. All right, so we'll clear ourselves on up to, let's just say 17.
10,000.
And we'll bug for 305, I think it was. Landing lights can come through the off, as well as the wind lights. We're getting our climb speed here of 305. I think it said that was the optimal. Let's see. 307. So we'll bug 307. All right, guys, that looks good. Let's go back and now run our checks here.
After takeoff checklist. Ignition off. Cabin signs as required. Landing lights off. Landing gear up, no lights and off. Flaps up, no lights. Cargo door annunciator lights extinguished. APU bleed air switch close. APU shut down. Isolation valves both open. After takeoff checklist complete.
All right, guys, and that there is a lot better. It's a better departure than we had yesterday. Better departure than we had yesterday. I expected to have a little daylight, but we sat on the ground there for a minute. I wanted to see the sunset from the air, but oh well, it is what it is. They can't all be in the nighttime. I mean, in the daytime. I do enjoy the lighting on the aircraft, though. So we're just gonna turn it down so it's not so
1,000 to level off.
so bright. 1,000. We're gonna continue on up to our final of flight level 400. And we'll arm the altitude selector as well. And we're approaching transition here. 200 more feet. We'll reset the altimeter standard pressure, which here in the States is 29902. 29902 set and 29902 set here as well. And one last thing that I'll let you guys know that from yesterday that we were discussing, as far as the Mach altitude mode here. Per the manual, the moment you engage it, it's targeting whatever Mach you are at the moment you engage it. There's no way to bug that. So if you want to target a new Mach level or Mach speed, you're going to want to attain that either with speed hold or manually taking over the throttles. Also, when you engage it at whatever Mach, it can take up to 10 minutes to fully stabilize. So don't go chasing it like we was doing yesterday. And that's per the real aircraft. But we are definitely looking a lot better than we did yesterday, guys. That comes because your boy Leo actually skimmed over the problem sections that we were having yesterday. Not skimmed, but we actually read the manual. Before, we just kind of skimmed through it. But yeah, Dre's in the house. What's up, bro? Been flying real world time, but sometimes I just want to see something. Yeah, I agree. I wanted to get a nice sunset departure and have the sun go down while we were flying. But this thing takes a little bit to get going, so we lost the light quicker than I anticipated. Stalker says, looking good. What's up with you, Johnny? Let's see. D-Champ says, Toga, spawning Toga. Miles flying Miles. What's going on, bro? Sorry, I'm just getting to y'all. That was a really a full departure there. But we are, we're up and at 'em now. You know what? Let me see something and hope it doesn't. We're going to take that time back a little bit. It's still going to set on us. But we're going to take that time back a little bit. I said I wanted a daggone sunset while we get up here. And look at the brightness. I do love how the lighting in X-Plane has come along. Looking towards the sun now actually blinds you. I have to say I really like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and shallow up our climb right here. As we're losing our climb speed a little bit. But otherwise than that, guys, look at that. Just look at that, boys. I mean, look at that. Look at the sun rays coming through the clouds. Oh, I mean, we gotta step outside on this one. Sun rays coming through the clouds, man. Cannot beat it. Here, we can see. Yeah, bro. I wanted a little sunset, man. I think I set it a little too late. Again, this aircraft releases tomorrow. If you already own the passenger variant, you get it for $30. Full price is $70. Consider it a study level classic airliner. A very well implemented one at that, I might add. Alright, so we're gonna get ready to switch over to Mach speed here in a moment. And what I need to change here or check is we should be able to climb IAS or Mach. However, this is we'll try that out here in a second. Let's see how we looking here. Alright, I want to mess around with this for a second. Let's put this in IAS mode. Okay, so that does knock off the auto throttle. I don't quite understand how these two modes work yet. Because I was reading it said certain modes of that knob knocks the auto throttle off, and I don't understand. I mean, I get you can't use one mode with the other, but I need to read up a little bit on how to properly implement the IAS or Mach on this knob here. And I think it's literally just for pitch reference. But I don't get how it would hold. I mean, will it automatically pitch for the command bars as I'm modulating the throttles? That's what I want to know. All right, let's try it. Yes, it does. Okay. So what's happening is it's basically like an IAS hold. It's pitching for airspeed is what it's doing. If I throttle down, you see how it's pitching down to try to attain what we have set there? Let's see what happens if I throttle up. Okay, so that's how it works. However, I want to throttle down because we want to maintain about 8.3, 8.4. And once we get that, we'll select Mach speed hold. So you see how it pitches down and is trying to attain what I have there? So for right now, when you do that and you're changing modes, I'm guessing you want vertical speed mode. So we'll keep our climb coming, and we're targeting about 0.83, 0.84. About 0.83 should be fine. There's 8.4. And we'll swap you back over to main cam here in a moment. Alright, let's come down here. Let's go Mach. Engage it. It's going to try to hold that 8.3. Keep our climb coming. And we'll set our reference bug here to what we got. And we are 2,600 feet from top of climb. See, what time did I set it back to? 16:21. That may be. All right, 16:38. 16:21 is fine. All right, so we're looking good. We're learning some stuff. We're showing you some stuff. I don't think we have Memphis Center on. We did at one point, but I don't think they're on anymore.
To level off.
Yep, they're off, which is cool. All right, that's the altitude alert. We got 500 foot to go, and we've got out select selected. As you see, our switch just flipped off. That means it is about to capture the altitude. You can see the vertical speed starting to roll off here. Now remember, you see this thing is down to 8.2. Remember, the manual said it takes up to 10 minutes for this to stabilize. And there is our flight level 400, boys, and just like that, we're cruising with the Angels. We'll swap you back over to main cam here. Yeah, so see, this livery is better than the Atlas Air one. For some reason, you can get right outside of the cabin on this one to set your views without it switching to external sounds. So see if we move it forward. Remember yesterday I was showing you come right outside the cabin here, it's already the external sounds. So I think this livery is done right. Let's move forward and see how far we can go till it switches. Yeah, so here, come out pretty far. I do like that. And one other thing I wanted to check out, where is that window that actually works? Because we got window plugs on this version. It's this. And ain't that window. Let me see. It looks like the second window. The second window is the one that's functional. Where the hell do the windows start at? Oh, okay. Yeah, this the one window that's not plugged. Yeah, that's not really the view I want. Got to get such a weird angle. You kind of. That's what I'm seeing, like a half of the windshield. I don't like it. Got to get kind of in the panel. We'll just keep the views we got. GoPro style on the side of the fuselage. Yeah, see, she stabilized pretty much now at 0.83. Fluctuating a little bit. But she's going to fluctuate a little bit until she stabilizes. So yeah, it just requires a couple flights with the old girl to get her dialed in. Not really a hard aircraft to fly. I mean, it's a Boeing. Your main thing is just this panel back here. Everything that you're used to on your overhead is back here. And a lot of the stuff you really don't even have to mess with. I mean, your bleed airs, your electrical panel, and that's it. Really. The rest is just monitoring the hydraulic pumps, hydraulic quantities. hydraulic pressures. But yeah, other than that, we'll let you guys up. Those of you that's in the back. And we are 25 minutes into the flight, already at 40,000 feet. Look at that. I wonder what happened to Flight 504. I ain't seeing him on VESM radar. Rocking the day, boys. I told y'all know from yesterday I didn't attend on streaming tonight, but I said it. I was like, man, we're gonna fly this thing again. I definitely wanted to fly this thing again. I really do enjoy this aircraft. Feeson, what's going on, my friend? Says you're looking for the EFB settings page. All right. What about's in here you're looking for? These are all the options you get. You get 3 different pages. Nose wheel. I've got mine set to a tiller because I'm using a tiller. 3 different navigational systems. You get freedom units and European units, metric. Different alignment speeds. You can sync your barrel, like your altimeters. Change sounds. Page 2 here. Now I have this auto throttle blocks user throttle. That way I don't accidentally, my kid doesn't come in and pull on the throttles and shut the auto throttle off. Now even though I am using 2-axis throttle for 4 engines, I have a script that I use through X-Plane. And that works better than this, in my opinion. Yes, there is a setting to change to the engine tape. This is what we ran yesterday. We have the engine tape gauges there. So since we ran that yesterday, I was running the round gauges tonight. Then you got a crew accent by livery, you know, obviously geographical livery, but I keep mine on US, and that's about it as far as your options in the EFB goes. All my other shadows are crisp, but this one daggone shadow here is fugly. that cockpit, man. Absolute freaking classic. Cruising above the clouds at 40,000 feet. Conserving fuel. Could easily go 0.86 on this thing. Lazo says PMDG is coming out with a 100 in 2026. Yeah. I've seen pictures from it. It looks pretty good. It definitely looks good. I just hope they. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm using the FMC for this thing, but I have zero desire to use like the Siva INS. And the other one that this one comes with, I'm not going to swap to it because I don't want it to remove the LTN92. I've got it. That one looks a little more modern for old school, but I've got to learn how to use that before we fly this thing with that. I have zero desire as far as a Siva. So I'm hoping that they add some different options. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, it is great for old school. I like old school jets, but I'm gonna be honest. Because I don't know how to use the Siva, I think that's why I kind of steer clear of it. I mean, I understand the concept. I understand, you know, it's all about your coordinates and stuff. And I understand putting in your GPS coordinates for your waypoints and your OFP. I understand all of that. I just don't like it. I don't want to have to do all of that. I mean, a lot of times I get off work and I fly just to sit back and relax. So while I do enjoy old school, I like some of the old schools that you can retrofit that provides different avionics options. Like this aircraft, I like that it has it. So when I'm ready to go and learn it or mess around with it, I can. But it's not stopping me from flying the aircraft if I just want to get up and fly something, you know, old school. It's not unrealistic for an old school aircraft to be retrofitted. I mean, you know, with some modern avionics. I mean, hell, there's a couple of 727s still flying that has GTN 750s in it. So, I do like that aspect. Only making 419 knots across the ground. So yeah, it looks like that Mark hold is dialed in now. Took about 10 minutes or so. We got it set right at 833 from what I remember. This thing is definitely nice. I'm gonna have to do me a long haul in this thing one day. See how she performs. So weather in Houston is looking fairly decent for us. Winds out of the south at 9 knots, 10 statute mile viz. Scattered clouds at 3,200 feet. And temperatures 23, dew points 21, altimeter reporting 299.06. Ceiling is at least 12,000 feet from what this is saying. We'll have a pretty medium taxi. We'll plan on parking at East Cargo, which is going to be towards our side, back at the other end. Probably going to be the closest. The closest cargo ramp that we could use. But other than that, we're looking good, guys. 534 miles left on today's journey. Yeah, so again, this thing drops tomorrow. He said he's sending it to all of the storefronts tomorrow. Let me move my yoke out of the way. I need to go get me some food. Your boy didn't eat when he got in from work. He just came and turned the computers on and got everything set up for our stream. But my lady did cook, so I got to go get me something. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the homie Flight 504. He was holding short as we departed, I think. Well, it's here. You're on a different route. I don't even see you around me. Are you on VATSIM? Oh yeah, you gotta be on VATSIM. I don't even see you. Did you take off before me? 'Cause there's no other aircraft for like 100 miles of me. Little Rock. Ah, there you go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're a good little grip away from me. You're on the other side of Memphis. Yeah, you're on the other side of Memphis. That's why. $35,000 feet, making 413 across the ground. Yeah, I was looking kind of around my route, around my area. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody near me. Fuel's all looking good. Now we're starting to get into that sunset that we wanted. Zato says I'm back, just departed in the Aerostar doing some GA ops. Nice, bro. Yeah, I gotta get the Bonanzas, and I gotta get that Aerostar, man. Where do you just depart from, Zato? Not that I know of, Flight 504. I thought it was just you and I. Did you hear somebody else queue up? I only remember hearing you. Now, I did hear somebody coming in. Somebody was coming in, but I didn't hear nobody else going out. Departed out of John Wayne heading to Reno. Nice. Not bad, not bad. Oh, you know we gonna do some Columbia runs, bro. You know that. That's a no-brainer, dog. United 911? Yeah, I didn't hear him, I don't think. Or maybe I did, I just wasn't paying attention. I thought I heard somebody come in on final on your side. That's what I thought. I could be wrong though. I've been wrong before. Fresh goodies for our buddy Pablo, right? Thing's got a decent nose up attitude too. High alpha in a 747. So you see how that lighting just changed? That's one thing they still need to fix in my opinion with X-Plane 12. It looks like that sun just peeked back from behind the cloud. That should be a smooth transition. Not like staggery like that. Which at the rate they're going, I have no doubt that they'll fix it. I mean, it's just looking absolutely phenomenal right now. I've been loving version 12.3. And y'all know for me, that's saying something. Back to back to back to back to back X-Plane strings, that's saying something. I've been enjoying it though. Look at that shot right there. That's money right there, dude. Man, look at that. I think I'm about to pass over somebody on that sound. What's this altitude here? 27,000. It should be down below us somewhere. There he is. He is a FedEx 1458. He is in a, let's see, what is he in? 777. That's a 777 there passing below us. Oh, that's him coming out of Memphis. That's dope. That's dope. Look at that. Another player. I like that. It's one thing to pass over AI. You know, when you got, you know, your traffic packages and stuff going, but to pass over another VATSIM player like that, that's pretty cool. Hey y'all, hey y'all. Flight 504 says at least I had some smooth air at cruise. Yeah, absolutely. It's a smooth ride, bro. Yeah, I had to change my time, man. I wanted to see some beauty. I'm glad I did. We'll still have a nice sunset, late evening arrival, I believe. By the time we get there, it should be darker, pretty dark. Maybe not quite pitch black, but I think we'll get into it. Flight 504 is in a 320. Yo, Vaughn Williams is in the house, is back in the beast. Absolutely, bro. Completely uneventful this flight. We studied that manual yesterday, or a little bit today actually, before work, I'm sorry. To get a handle on a couple of the things we had issues on yesterday. But yeah, otherwise completely uneventful. Nice, stable, freaking respectable, under control departure. Coming out of Indy. Look at that sunset. Look at that sunset. I know y'all say, if he say, look at that sunset one more time. That is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's in the Tola CO. I haven't picked up that CO yet. $280 until top of drop, boys. $280. All right, give me a quick second, guys. Let me get me a bowl of food, man. I'm starved. Give me like 3 or 4 minutes. I'll be right back. I got to put something in my belly. All right, right back with you guys. Gotta get me some food. I'll be right back. All right, we back. Got us some food. Warmed up here. Let's see. 216 until top of drop. We got us some charbroiled chicken, some carrots, some broccoli, some green beans, and some mac and cheese. That's what we got today, boys. So tomorrow we got another new release for you guys. We'll hopefully have that stream set up by noon tomorrow. Of course, I got to jump in it and give it a test flight. Make sure I understand it pretty decently for you guys. Yeah, we're gonna get us a good nighttime arrival for a late evening. That's one other thing I like to see X-Plane fix, is the light distance. Because it still pops in. Very visible tiles. I despise that. Like, you should be able to see the lights off in the distance. Not just one or two tiles over. Check something here, make sure we don't have no discontinuities, then we good. Alright. 181 miles, that gives us 27 minutes until top of descent. 27 minutes. We're gonna try not to float this one out tonight. We'll get ready to brief up for it here shortly. And just like I thought, 2.6 right is no longer in use. I knew they was going to change it. So it looks like we're going to be landing east. So let's see what we can do. We're probably going to turn around and come in on 8 left. Which is cool because that sends us to the way we want to park, which is all the way at the other end. So we'll change that up here momentarily. Why you covering your eyes, D-Champ? That was an absolute freaking greaser yesterday. It was a long greaser, but it was a greaser. So yeah, it's saying that float. Saying 8 left didn't use, but I'm finna use it. They want us to land on 8 right, but that's long. Well, it's not too much long of a taxi. Yeah, it's about the same. All right, we'll do 8 right. That's what it wants. 8 right's longer anyway. Yeah, it's about the same length as far as the taxi. But we could probably go to Central Cargo. Where is that at? No, that's on the other side. Small ramp. Yeah, I guess since we're on Vaccine, we'll do 8 right. We'll take it all the way to the end, exit stage right. Yeah, so it's about the same taxi length if we do 8 right. Alright, let me change this up real quick before we brief it. Oh snap, that changed up my whole arrival. Looks like we're gonna have to do the Jessner. What is that? Jessner 2. That gives us the same transition there. And we'll do the ILS 8 right. We don't need to come all the way out there. Let's see. Let's run the 8 lights. All right. So we'll do factors. So that got us coming in 144 miles till top of drop.
Yeah, ain't nowhere we could be. 2 or 3 don't agree. You and me don't evolve it. You and me don't evolve it.
D-Champ says, "Are you listening to folk music, bro?" I don't know, bro. I'm trying to find stuff on this on this daggone playlist, dog. We're out of our normal playlist here. I'm searching via like moods. Some Garfunkel. All right, so we got everything switched around. We'll brief it up here shortly. Since they done did a runway swap on us. Which I'm cool with. Good. Hit the spot too. I can't eat all this daggone macaroni and cheese though, man. Had my daggone stomach hurting. I done told y'all boys I gotta hit the commode. know what? Let me do this. Getting a little cloudy here. Hazy, if you will. Go on. JC, welcome aboard. Says, does it support X-Plane 11? Are you talking about this plane? If so, no. And it's for 12.3 only. X-Plane 12.3 only. It's not even backwards compatible to 12.2. Which is unfortunate. He rebuilt this thing from the ground up to take advantage of all of the new features in X-Plane 12.3. Yeah, straight from its FAQ. Is it compatible with X-Plane 11? No, only X-Plane 12.3 plus, if you will. 12.3 and anything after 12.3. Sun says, will you try the FPS 748? I may. It's the same thing as the SSG. I did reach out to the developer. I haven't heard back from him yet, so I don't know that it's I don't know. It needs a few updates from what I've seen, but it looks good. It definitely looks good. There's a few things visually that I've seen that needs fixing. But yeah, I'll more than most likely get it. Alright, let's see here. 92 miles off from top of descent. So let me go ahead and start getting everything ready here for our approach. Fesun says, yeah, it's still in beta. Yeah, roger that. Let's see. 6,000. 1097. Feeson says, do you use the auto fuel management in the Felis? I didn't know this thing had an auto fuel management. But no, I have been watching our fuel. But we're burning off of our 4 tanks here. So there's nothing really to manage. This is reserve only. So we're not using any of that fuel. But we are burning from our 4 main tanks right now. He says there's a script about it in the passenger version. What script are you referencing to? What does the script do? I'd love to know about it. Maybe I'll take a look at it. All right, gentlemen, quick briefing here. We're going to be excuse me. All right, so we had a complete 180 from what our original plans was. We are now landing runway 8 right. We'll be descending via the Cessna 2 arrival. We've got again a multitude of the Cessna 2 arrival via the AEX transition, which is the Alexandria VOR. We definitely have a bunch of constraints, which we'll step our way down, respecting the constraints, which our bottom altitude here is at Howland, 6,000 feet, 210 knots. Has us on a right downwind for the ILS 8 right, which we'll pick up from. Where are we picking that up from? Ilpo. We'll pick up the ILS from Ilpo. We'll extend a little bit past it though. And where is that at here? Alright, that's 9.2 miles from Ilpo. We've already set our information for the ILS approach, 109.7 on both sides. And we're looking for a final approach course of 087. The identifier for this approach is IAH, India Alpha Hotel. And we have a minimums on this approach of 295 feet. We've got it set closest to 295 feet as we can. Upon landing, we'll go probably auto brakes minimum, since we want to roll as far down the runway as we can, since where we're parking at is on the east cargo ramp, which is at the end of the 8s. So we'll try to roll her on down. We'll exit stage right when we slow down, and we'll probably shoot for exiting at November, if not November Papa, which is all the way at the end. But we'll shoot for either November Kilo or November. Looking at a 9,402 foot runway. And again, we've gone over the weather, so nothing there. As far as our approach is concerned, if we need to go around, we'll climb to 3,000 on heading 087 runway heading. Inbound on DAS VOR. However, we'll redirect ourselves back into a right crosswind, then right downwind for another attempt if we need. If we look at our OFP, we'll need to ensure that we have 25,500 pounds of fuel. That includes our final reserve plus our alternate, in which case our alternate is going to be Austin, say AUS. Don't think we'll need it, but that's what we got set up here. 504 says at top of descent. See you on the ground. Roger that, bro. Yeah, it's a script about management of the fuel automatically by Flywood Lure for the passenger. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. We got 42 miles until top of drop. And there's no reason, in all honesty, why that thing wouldn't work for this version. In all honesty. All right, at MG, we have a constraint of flight level 240 or above. So our first stop point is going to be 24, so we'll bug for that. Alright, 24 is selected. We got 34 miles until top of drop. We'll get you guys seated in the back there. So as you riding in the crew hump, as I call it. And this is going to be the only leg for tonight. We need to jump on that other aircraft and check it out for tomorrow. Again, we want to stream that one tomorrow for you guys. So we'll leave ourselves ample time because I'm going to go to bed here in about another 2 hours or so. 19 miles until top of drop. So far, we've been behaving. I was going to say the airplane's been behaving, but there's nothing wrong with the airplane except the initialization issue on yesterday's stream. I do still think that was a problem. But other than that, I mean, this has been a pretty smooth flight tonight. Not that yesterday wasn't smooth, but I mean, we daggone broke every rule leaving out of where did we leaving out of Miami? I haven't checked for any downloaded liveries. It's got, I want to say, about 6 or 7 that come with it by default. This is one of them. The one we flew yesterday is another one. I mean, I'm sure, I mean, I don't know, maybe the plane isn't even out yet, so I don't know unless he gave it to some livery makers the paint kit or something like that. I don't know. I haven't checked for any more liveries for it. But again, the plane does release tomorrow. 8.5 miles until top of drop. Beautiful sunset we got to see through the magic of time changing. Yes, tomorrow, releases tomorrow. Well, his words, and I quote, his words was, I'm sending it to the stores tomorrow. So how long the stores take, there's our top of drop. And we'll bring her on down the hill. Yeah, so he said I'm sending it to all of the shops tomorrow. So I don't know how long it normally takes for the shops to update. Maybe by the end of business, depending on. Ooh, excuse me. Depending on their time zone. But pretty sure it'll be out tomorrow. Peter, what's up, bro? Good to have you aboard. Just in time for the arrival into Houston. Yeah, well, I guess it'd be out tomorrow during the day sometime then. Let's see here. Performance. Let's go landing. We are going IAH. Enter. We're doing 8 right. We need to grab our landing weight here. Let's see. We're at 469.9 right now. Let's just say roughly 466, and we'll recheck this as we get closer. All right, flaps 30. Grab the weather. Gonna give us a final approach speed of 133. We'll set the bugs now. Swap this over to speed, and we're going to bug for 280 on our descent. Peter says just got the Bonanza. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up on probably Thursday. Feeson says grab some coffee and see your landing. Roger that, bro. Yeah, absolutely, it's freighter week, man. Absolutely. Got the 777. It's coming Wednesday.
Ain't nowhere we could be. Ain't nowhere we could be. 2 or 3 don't agree. Few of me don't involve.
All right, our next constraint after this one in 9 miles has us above flight level 220 and below 270. So we'll bug this down since we know we're gonna make this. We'll bug it down to 22. Still in out select. Peason says, do you use auto ortho? In a way, yes. I use X-Plane map enhancement. I did used to use auto ortho, but it seems like map enhancement just it's easier, it's streamlined, and for me it's just easier to manage. I like it a little bit better. The interface is cleaner. All right, 18 miles till our next waypoint here, below flight level 270. We've met that, and above flight level 220. So we'll continue our descent on down. Let me re-get the altimeter, which is 299.6. And I'm gonna set this on our standby here so we can remember what it is. Altitude's not far off, but we'll make sure to set our primaries on once we hit transition here. Checking our gross weight here.
$1,000 to level off.
Alright, so that's our level off for 22,000 constraint that we got in 8 miles. Our next one after that is going to be above 17,000 below flight level 200. all of these waypoints have a constraint, speed constraint of 280. At 280, which we have now. All right, we're about 17,000. And in 1 mile, we'll initiate that descent. There we go. My vertical speed stopped working. I clicked something. Oh, okay, I see. There we go. I actually clicked it into man. The autopilot selector into man. Alright, 17,000 is our bottom part. We'll put some brakes out to kind of help us maintain that 280. So we got a little late on that one. But we should be able to get below flight level 200 here. Which will still have us good on that constraint. Got 11 miles to do it, which we got it. Next constraint after that is below 16,000 and above 13,000. Speed also changes to 250 knots. Oh, I'm sorry, no, we got, yeah, I was right. Speed doesn't change yet at that one. Still 280. 17, yeah, 13 and below 16. Nice general descent. 2,000 foot a minute. Just about. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about, the block lights. Like, they need to, that's probably the single biggest thing I wish that X-Plane would fix. See how the lights despawn? Like, just, we need to see lights all the way out there, man. That's the single biggest portion when you're up high for me that kind of kills and breaks the immersion. All right, next is going to be 13,000. We'll keep it coming on down. And we'll transition. We're a little late on that, 299.06. That's good. 12 miles till we get to Jesna. Waypoint after Jesna is Ken. We need to back it off to 250 knots, and that constraint has us below 11,000, above 10. Yeah, the lights are definitely weird. They look better as you get lower, but I mean, coming from up high, it's just like, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Is it just the street lights? Yeah. Like, it doesn't even take into account neighborhoods or anything like that until you get down lower. That's pretty much just street lights you're seeing. Again, that's the one thing that I really wish that they fix. because you can't have beautiful sunsets flying into the night, you know, with the night lights looking like this. And like I said, once you get lower, it looks really good. Once everything else comes into play and spawns, it definitely looks good. Alright, so we are below 16,000. We need to remain above 13 as we continue down. Keep shutting off my
1,000 to level off.
keep shutting off my vertical speed here. Now let's see where we at. Alright, 8 miles to Kent. We need below 11 and above 10, so we'll bug for 10. 250. We'll bug for 250 as well.
To level off.
Alright, we got our below 11. Next constraint, 240 knots, below 10,000 and above 8,000. We'll go ahead and get our bug for our 240 now. We'll keep the boards out. We're coming up on 10,000. We'll get the landing lights on. Wing lights as well.
10,000.
10,000 foot check. Music goes bye-bye. Boom, 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 and shut down. And we're looking for, what did we say, 8? Yeah, 8,000. I wonder why it keeps doing that. I'm getting a little confused. Why is it? Oh, is it because we're too close? Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. We're a little close. We're already there at 8,000. Alright, let's see where we're at. Below 10,000, above 8. Okay. One, 2, 5, 3, 5. All right, we got Houston's. I think we shot past think we shot past what we need. Did we pass this waypoint yet? Can above 8,000. So we'll hold here for a second. The 300-foot low. We will hold here for 1 second and we'll set our next altitude to 6,000. That's going to be our bottom altitude. And once we pass this next waypoint in 5 miles, we will be good to start that descent. We'll make our initial call at Eddie. See, I don't understand. Am I bumping my controls? Why does that keep knocking into manual mode? That's what I want to know. Alright, coming down to 6. And let's make our first call. And George Bush traffic, Giant 1286 heavy is overhead Eddie, descending through 7,100, descending via the Cessna 2, arrival expecting the ILS runway 8 right approach, George Bush traffic. Alright gents, coming on down. 1,000 foot to go. We'll arm the altitude there. There's the airport right in front of us. We'll keep the 240 up until we get into the right downwind. We do have a constraint here at Shiv, which is the waypoint that we turn into the downwind at to be at 240. So we'll stay here at 240. See, the lower you get now, the daggone city lights start to come into play. Looks a little bit better. This is how it should look up high too. Now maybe blend them in a little bit more so it's not like each individual light, but Flight 504 says, made it in. Great flying with you. Join you on another one soon. Hey, man. Definitely, bro. Definitely. I appreciate it. We enjoy the company here when we fly. Don't be a stranger. Feeson says, do you have SimHaven? Yeah, I have SimHaven everywhere. I've got SimHaven installed, yep. All right, next waypoint, 2 miles. We cross overhead Reaper. That's got a constraint of at 6,000, which we are at 6,000. So we are looking good. As we pass the airport here. Coming into your view here momentarily, right down there underneath the engines. Height lighting definitely looks pretty good on this thing. I will say that. I will give it that. All right, let's see. 267. We'll set a heading of 267. It's going to be our downwind heading because we'll need to swap over the radio here momentarily so that we can pick up our ILS. George Bush traffic, Giant 1286 heavy. Overhead Shiv at 6,000, entering right downwind for the ILS runway 8 right approach. George Bush traffic. Alright, now and only now can we go down to 210 knots. That is fine. And we'll go flaps. Flaps 5, selected.
Flaps 5.
And let's run us a good checky list.
Descent checklist. Pressurization set. Landing data. 1 moment.
Yeah, let me redo that because we're at 464. Speeds didn't change much.
Fuel. Let's see. Annunciator lights. Checked. Altimeters. Set and cross-checked.
Set and cross-checked.
Landing lights. On. Radio and nav instruments. Hold on.
Alright, let's swap over now. And we'll go radio.
Set and cross-checked.
Set
Radio.
and cross-checked.
Radio altimeters. Set.
Set.
Descent approach checklist. Complete.
Alright, we're good there. So let's see what we got. We need to get down to 3,000. Alright, we'll go out to Jelly. We'll come on down to 4,000. We'll extend our base turn here just a little bit. Jay Foot, what's up, Jay Foot? Says best wing view in aviation. Yeah, it's a nice one, man. Can't fade you. Definitely a nice one. Not ye pigeon, what's going on? Welcome aboard. Just in time for our arrival into Houston. Good to have you. Welcome on board. Big ups, big ups. let's see where we're at here. Coming through 4,500. And we'll come and set you. Well, you know what? I guess we probably should have left that, at least for right now. Put it in go around mode here. All right, there's our 4,000. All right, let's make our right turn, our base turn here. George Bush traffic, Giant 1286 heavy. Making right base, ILS runway 8 right. Approach direct jelly, initial approach fix. George Bush traffic. I couldn't think of the airport. And I just said it. All right, so jelly's gonna put us on a 16-mile final instead of us turning in on a 9-mile final. We'll give ourselves a little bit more room here. And that way we can start to turn in on the 45 and get a nice intercept. It's about a 30-degree intercept, 35-degree intercept here. And we'll swap you over to ILS. She's gonna make her little adjustment. She wants even less than the 30 degrees I gave her. Okay. And we'll back the speed off to 180.
Localizer alive.
Nope,
Flaps
captured. 10. Ignition switches on. All right, gents. Runway's in sight out there. Getting signs down. All right, our final approach speed was 133. We're 13 miles out. Analog gauge having Mustang 302. Welcome aboard. Feeson says, are you in DC, man? Are you asking, am I in DC? I'm close to DC. Why do you ask? I'm from DC, if that's what you're asking. I was born in DC. Right, 11 miles out, guys. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. And we'll start bringing the speed on back. Get 160. Flaps 20 selected.
Flaps 20. Gears down, green light.
We'll back it on off to 143. Flaps 25. We'll bring you guys over here in a moment. Let me lock my yoke in place. And we'll bring you guys over. Above final approach speed 133. Flaps 30 selected.
Flaps 30.
And George Bush traffic giant 1286 heavy 8 mile final ILS runway 8 right approach. George Bush.
Before landing, check. Auto brakes, as desired.
Low.
Ignition. Flight start. Cabin signs.
On.
Landing gear. Down in green light. Speed brakes. Hold on.
I have a hard time arming these things.
Arm.
Okay.
Flaps. Flaps 30. Green light. Hydraulics. Normal. Landing checklist. Complete.
Alright gang, we are cleared to land. Beautiful approach into Houston this evening. Make sure you guys just coming in, make sure you drop a thumbs up for the stream. If you're new here and enjoying the content, definitely consider subscribing to the channel, as it definitely helps us out a bunch to continue to bring you guys awesome content like what you see here. Got some moisture in the air coming off those wings. Look at that thing crabbing on in there. Are we really crabbing? Yeah, we got a slight little crab. Look at that. We got a slight little crab. Alright, we're getting ready to take over here. We'll go ahead and pull our throttles back, kind of match up.
1,000.
1,000 foot check. I have control. That's when you guys should say you have control. And I have the throttles. Alright guys, let's try to get this baby on the ground safely. Glide slope is good. 2 red, 2 white. Getting slightly low.
500.
This thing is surprisingly quiet at reduced power.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. It's always at the last second I get
50,
high in this thing.
40. 30. 30, 40, 50, 20,
How?
10.
Check reverse.
Reverse is out. Yeah, it's always the last second I get high in this thing. Alright, there's our low auto brakes taking us all the way to the end. Cut down on taxi time.
60 knots.
60 knots. Manual
brake
braking.
Out off reverse.
Reverser stowed. And we have a replay to watch on that one, gentlemen. We'll get body gear steering on. Auto brakes can come off. And just like we planned, we taking her all the way to the end to cut down on that taxi time. We'll exit stage right. Yeah, not a bad landing. Again, another long one. I don't know what happened. I mean, we were on profile. We had 2 red, 2 whites the entire time. And it's literally right there almost at the threshold. It's like I get insta high. If that makes sense. Alright, wing lights and strobes can also come off. George Bush traffic, a giant 1286 heavy. We're clear of 8 right at November Papa. We taxi into the East Cargo ramp via November Papa, November Bravo, Echo Bravo into the ramp. George Bush traffic. All right, gents, we are here though. Get the aircraft cleaned up.
Flaps up.
That was a good flight, guys. Definitely a good flight. Alright, APU's coming up.
After landing checklist. Outflow valves open. Galley power. Oh, this.
Galley power.
Off. Ignition. Wait. Off. Body gear steering. Arm. Speed brakes. Down. Detent. Flaps. Up. No lights. Transponder. Oh, this.
We'll keep transponder on until we park.
Radar. After landing checklist. Complete.
All right, guys. Well, we managed to get a mostly uneventful, smoother flight than yesterday. And again, like I said, I didn't really have too many issues except for flying out of daggone Miami like I was a fighter jet, unrestricted. But yeah, absolutely love it. Love the airplane. Again, it'll be available, I guess now, depending on where you're at today. It's after midnight for me. It's an hour past midnight. It will be available today at some point. Flies real nice, hand flies beautifully. Feels like what you would expect a heavy Boeing to feel like. Can't knock that. Love it, love it. Absolutely beautiful flight. Appreciate you, Mustang. Greg, is that you? Mustang, is that you, Greg? You know YouTube be changing stuff. Facing says slightly long float, but all good. Yeah, it was a long float. That is pilot error. For some reason, and I think I know what it is. This thing sits you so high up off the ground that it just changes your sight picture. And in that last 50 feet, it's like I go from on profile to extremely high. and that's what's causing the float. So that could be corrected with practice. It's not often that I fly the 7.4, so you know that would make sense. And the sight picture is different than other heavies like the 777. It's totally different. The sight picture is not the same. So yeah, that could be part of it. Yo, where you been at, Green? We'd have been in X-Plane the last 4 or 5 streams, dog. Like straight X-Plane, and you ain't been nowhere to been found. We out here flying 7.4s and big gals, big booty gals, and you ain't nowhere to be found. What's up with you though, bro? Niner Juliet Tango, what's going on, my man? Good to see you, bro. It's been a minute. Don't worry, we'll catch us. We're definitely gonna catch some replays of that approach. Beautiful approach into Houston tonight. Beautiful. Definitely, it ain't like landing a 3-story building. It is landing this 3-story building. It 100% is. All right, I guess we'll go in. We're going over here. Find us a place to park, old girl. We'll take this spot here to the left since we got a marshaller out for us. I tell you, we may have landed long, but I tell you what we ain't done. We ain't slammed old girl yet. Negative 58 something on yesterday's stream, minute. And once we stop here, we'll see what we got on this one. It felt nice though. All right. Where's my daggone? Hold on.
Parking brake set.
I wonder if this thing's gonna do it again.
Parking brake released.
So I think that's a bug that it
Parking brake set.
that it does.
Parking brake released. Parking brake set.
So alright, so I notice when I hold my own brakes, my toe brakes, and set the parking brake how you should, it does that. So maybe that's the issue. All right, let's jump back to the FE panel here. Get all of that going. That's all good. Boom and boom. Back up front. All right, gents. Shut them down. Let's see what we got. Let's submit the flight on Volanta. Let's review it. We got some tunes on here. While we do so. Alright, yeah. Straight buttering this thing all day in the paint. Here, y'all don't believe me? Negative 50 something yesterday. And here, let me just pull it up for y'all. Let me just pull it up for y'all while we close this on out. That's what we got. Let me slide it over so you guys can. That's what we got on this landing. Negative 86. at 0.90 G's of landing force. That's not bad at all. Other than the fact that the daggone thing was long, pause, that the landing was long. Other than that, you know, I mean, what can I say? If we take a look at yesterday's flight into Indy and go and look at the statistics, negative 57, landing force of 1.1 G. So yeah, not bad. It flies really nice. I do enjoy it. It flies really nice. All right, so we're gonna close that out. And let's do this, gents. I am going to get everything turned back on. As far as my lights, hopefully they sync up. And let's watch us a couple replays, my man. I guess the engines will start back up proper. All right, let me disconnect from that soon. All right, cool. Let's go flights, replay mode. All right. I notice it doesn't have my, I don't guess the lights sync up. Yeah, maybe not. Seems the engines don't sync up. Yeah, I don't think the lights are syncing up on it. Here, let me try to take it back a little bit. No? Now all of that explains lights are out. Let me just pause that for a second. Yeah, maybe I broke something. But anyways, we'll catch it. How can I see anything like this though? Explain. Oh, let me see something. Let me go out of replay mode right quick and let me try to let everything load back in. I think I was just slewing it all fast, that's all. Alright, I'll tell you what, let me try this. Maybe this will work. But I think when I go back into replay mode, it's gonna turn to what time it actually was. Yeah. Alright, well we got lights now, at least on the city. And our engines are on. So we're good there. We'll just fast forward it here a little bit. But yeah, it was definitely nice flight. Again, we do have another new aircraft to showcase you guys. That stream will be tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Like my boy Juan Brown says, I see you here. Same time, same place, same sim. Green, it's good to see you, brother. Hope all is well with you. We'll get us a couple of these here replays. See, like here, it looks good. It looks good all the way up until like the last second. I kept the nose up a little too long. That's what it was. When I went 3 white, 1 red, I should have lowered the nose some. I love how the leading edge goes back up as you're decelerating. I wonder why or you know what, the airplane isn't out yet, so okay. I was gonna say, I wonder why the lights on the aircraft is not syncing up. But I get it, it is not out yet, so. Long landing, but hey, we were on the center line. Paint drifting a little bit. Paint drifting a little bit in that thing. And let's take it back one more again. Not bad at all, gents. So we'll get this one. We'll get one from the tower view as well. See what that was looking like. Here, let's check the tower. Let's check the tower. Yeah, I definitely enjoy the plane. It's a classic heavy. Hopefully on release, a couple updates, the lights and stuff sync up with the replay. And eyes be happy. Green say he's been in the background watching. Roger that, bro. I wonder if maybe I shouldn't mess with the lights. Like try to turn them back on before the replay on this thing. That's a possibility. That beautiful southern air. Look at that. Man, we floated, but look at that. Look at that thing, boys. All right, let's do one more. I think I was on center line, but I can almost assure you that the lie detector test is about to determine that in fact was a lie. Let's go runway. And let's back her out just a wee bit. All right, let's hit play. Watch our dark aircraft without the lights working. I think we were all more off center line than I believe. I know we kicked it. We kicked the rudder. We slid right, kicked the rudder. But yeah, look at where the center line is. It's right on the right main. We were off center line. And we kicked it, yep. Try to get back over. See, this is why I love this shot. You think you on center line? Nah, dog. Run a replay from... we did a good job now of getting back on center line. But run a replay from here is to keep you honest. All right, one more. Let's take it back. I'm gonna go back to the runway view here. And then I want to hold on, let me get try to get my camera set up like I like it, gents. Try to use this view for it because it's actually a little bit better. So let's sit down here on the side of the runway. We'll run it. She'll come into the light here in a moment. There we go. But as always, I appreciate all of you boys for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night for the new aircraft. Not going to tell you what it is yet, but we're out of the heavies. Look at that. Look at that. Get this thing on down here. But yeah, appreciate all of you boys for hanging out. Come and hang out with us tomorrow. If you're new here, enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're here and you enjoy the content, already subscribe, make sure you click the thumbs up button. And I will catch you boys tomorrow. Happy Monday, happy Tuesday, and we'll see you boys tomorrow for some more X-Plane 12 action. Stay safe, guys. Peace.